All right, let's go straight over to our White House correspondent, Kimberly Halkett, who's standing by for us in Washington. So, Kimberly, what else is the president saying here?
Scott, it's been a bit of a surprise, the fact that just one day after the U.S. president launched Project Freedom, that effort by the United States using its air and naval assets to escort commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz, the U.S. president has now abruptly paused that operation. He says on Truth Social, based on the request of Pakistan and other countries, the tremendous military success that we have during the campaign against the country of Iran, and additionally, the fact that great progress has been made toward a complete and final agreement with representatives of Iran, we have mutually agreed that while the blockade will remain in full force and effect, Project Freedom, the movement of ships through the Strait of Hormuz, will be paused for a short period of time to see whether or not the agreement can be finalized and signed. Now, what's significant here is that the U.S. president is doing this not just one day after he launched it, but only about 3 hours after the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, was here at the White House speaking in the briefing room, talking about this operation and how it would be ongoing. We know there are 87 different countries represented by the vessels that are stranded there and about 23,000 sailors. But what's really key in all of this, Scott, is the fact that the U.S. is maintaining its blockade even as it's pausing this escorting of ships through the strait. It signals that the United States wants to keep that military pressure in place in order to try and get a deal to end the conflict.
Okay, so Kimberly, what do we actually know about the state of negotiations? I mean, who is talking to who, and do we have any sense of where progress might actually be being made?
Well, what we know is there has been an ongoing dialogue with the Middle East envoys, Jared Kushner, as well as Steve Witkoff, that they have been active. That is something that was affirmed by the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, in the last few hours. So we know that that has been part of what has been going on. We also know, and as the president has just said in his post, Pakistan continues to be the intermediary, working and keeping a running dialogue back and forth between the United States and Iran. But what we heard from the Secretary of State earlier on Tuesday is that what the United States is looking for is for Iran to make some concessions. What isn't clear is what exactly those concessions are that may have been made that prompted the U.S. president to pause the operation known as Freedom, Project Freedom, in order to facilitate what could be the beginning or makings of a deal to end this conflict.
All right, that's Al Jazeera's White House correspondent Kimberly Halkett reporting for us from Washington. Kimberly, thank you.